Hello, man, my voice. Hello, let's make a painting. All right. So, what are we gonna do? Well, first we're gonna center the paper because you gotta be able to see what I'm doing. Other than that, what is the point? Big brush. Mark the sides. There we go. Make sure they're moist so they can stuck right to the glass. And of course, I'm gonna use whatever I have here. Let's go with the kind of big clouds, way high, and some. There we go. Cover that. Take some bluey. Oops. Take some black and bluey. Make a very nice dark color, and try to make these clouds even more believable. There you go. We're just going to repeat what we have already. Okay, now foreground. We should use some pinkish. There you go. Some pink. Now before everything dry out, I want to take a multiple brush and try to kind of help it blend. I don't want to force it, but I want to help everything kind of blend. Okay, there we go. And here we can afford to be a little bit more to break down the whole structure of these clouds. There we go. Now, foreground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making this texture on the foreground. There's going to be trees. This look like. I do love this. I believe I talked about that before, but I really love how the things, or at least I try to follow the direction of whatever the painting wanna be. It's very interesting how this painting is. You put like a bunch of colors, right? And you're watching how they develop. It's absolutely amazing. Let's take some of this mix over here. That's look pretty dark, and I know my greens are here, so I think I can trust it to make some darker color here, which one is exactly what we need. There we go. And we're gonna put some dark spots right here. So it's kind of grassy area on the foreground and maybe some trees on the back. There it is, and maybe some here. Here is more like some bushes left over. Okay, now let's go back to the sky. And I think the sky developed enough, so now we can actually adding more of this. Man, I can't believe I'm saying this, but not so fluffy clouds. And we're gonna work on that one like this. Now, we're gonna probably remove some of the paint, or maybe adding white gouache. That's gonna be interesting too, to see what we can do with that. And we try to make very dark color right now, so we can have nice expressive mix of colors up here. Now, of course, we're not gonna leave them like this. If we wanna use white gouache, we need to help this thing a little bit. Take a touch of water and start going around all the marks we have so far. And the reason for that is we want the water to start to moist everything around the paint, so the water do her stuff and blend everything here. This is the time I'm gonna use my small brush and add some of the drawing shadow. Okay, now we're gonna grab the flat brush And what we're gonna do is remove some of the paint and show up this trees a little bit better. There we go. Or maybe it's a bushes, you know, it's, you never know with those. Okay, so we're gonna keep removing the paint. And here on the foreground, we're gonna remove even more. Okay, now for the sky. Let's fix that thing with the clouds. There it is. And keep removing some of it. Now the paper is still kind of moist, so that's a good thing actually. If it's still kind of moist, we can still, when we're using a lot of water, the clouds will still keep developing develop by themselves, so that's a good thing. So we can go around adding this and that, and we don't want to go too crazy because we gotta leave a space for the gouache. And I still think the gouache is going to be a good idea, but we will see how that's going to turn out. Now, if you pay attention, I make the clouds more fluffy on the top because this is the closest to us, right? There we go. And they're more like lines over here. Of course, because this is far away from us. Now, if you go closer to this location, I'm assuming they're all gonna be fluffy, but still. Yeah, you can tell I couldn't resist to not make the clouds fluffy, so it is what it is. All right, so that's good enough. Now let's go with the white gouache. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a lot of it. Now my white gouache is going pretty bad. It's very hard. Okay, it fell down. So, all right, it stayed on my hand. So, I guess we're just gonna take it from here. And what we wanna do is adding a thick layer. You know what? Forget about this, man. This is a mess. You know what? I will just completely take it off and I will scrub it out on the palette. And let's see what we can do now. There you go. We don't need to do all that extra steps over there. Yeah, put a big nice thick layer. Where is more? I need more of this thing. Okay. There we go. We have a nice big. I'm gonna spread on. Usually the white gouache is way more softer, so it's more easy to manipulate. My one is going bad. I refuse to throw it away. I mean, it is what it is. So we're just gonna work with it, and we're gonna go straight on the top. Look at this, and we're gonna make big patches of white gouache. This is more like a oil painting technique. I feel like I need just a touch more right here. There you go. Because you put in like very thick layer of white gouache. Okay. Now, of course, it's a mess, so we're gonna try to make even bigger mess, I guess. Now, everything is fine. The only thing I don't like right now in our painting is that everything is going left. Excuse me. Now, if everything goes left, this is the time you want to add something to break down the whole thing. And how are we going to do this? Well, simply by adding bunch of lines. That's it. There is no secret or something like this. You just add bunch of lines on the foreground, and that's gonna be enough to destroy the whole routine, the whole, I don't want to say monotonous, but the whole thing is going to be destroyed by simply adding these black lines, which is a very easy compositional solution for majority of the stuff. Now, of course, you can add and be extra by simply kind of merge it on the bottom. Now, of course, if you want to go extra, which one is, we all know I'm going to do that, because usually I will say no, but then I will do it. We can add a bunch of red flowers. And when I say red flowers, I mean dots. It's like a bunch of dots. Now, if this one is look like out of place, you're right, because it's out of place. You want to add some gold green. And nothing wrong in adding some leaves. Very simple to break down the whole lines going from right to left. And there we go. Watercolor, abstract, landscape.